blessed girl Gina, and I have to mention that I am blessed, very healthy and kicking, and it's such a privilege and honor to be your able guest. And of course, the universe really appreciates my existence. That's why you can see me here, okay? As I wait for you all to join, of course, I normally, or rather, usually have to make sure I can see what you're seeing. I can hear you. Like, I'm my number one cheerleader. I'm my number one support system. So I have to tune in from my television and make sure to watch what you're watching. So today is on a Sunday. It's been a good day for me. Kind of productive day in a way. I can't complain. So I take this opportunity to welcome you all to my amazing live streams, whereby we normally talk about real life conversations, day to day lifestyle happenings and everything in between. And of course, this is a judgment free zone. Okay, so bring in your views, bring in your problems, bring in your issues, and let's talk together. I mean, let's kuja tuchanuane hapa sisi wote. So in case you're joining for the very first time, you're seeing this pretty face, this blessed girl blessing your screen. My name is the blessed girl Gina. Okay, and in this live stream, in this channel, I post a little bit to do with my lifestyle, not everything, but a little bit to do with my lifestyle, from everything, just everything in between my day-to-day lifestyle. Yeah, so I know I've been missing in action for quite some time, and now I'm making a comeback, and that's why you can see me go on random live stream to have a one-on-one conversations with you all. So join in and let's have fun. So before we get started with today's topic, as you can see from the title, let me know, how was your Sunday? How are you coping? Like, how has your day been? Of course, I have to read for you there the description, so that when you're making a stop, you are able to know why you're stopping here. Because trust me, you're not going to see this live stream by mistake. Okay, there's a reason. So have you ever felt like you're running out of time? And sometimes I normally feel like I talk about personal stuff way too much, but again, I'm here to hold your hand, and the same goes for you. Like, tunainuana sisi wote wawili. So have you ever felt like you're running out of time? Like, everyone around you is getting married, building successful careers, buying homes, traveling the world, or achieving their dreams, while you're still trying to figure it out. Have you? Today's conversation is for anyone who has ever felt behind, and I love it. Let me pause and say this. I love it that the live chats I'm doing, the live streams I'm doing on this lifestyle channel are more expounded on my podcast channel. That is the Chains and Choices podcast by Ngina. So make sure to check it out if you want to get in depth, to get everything really broken down to your understanding and in depth. Make sure to check my podcast channel. I've talked about love, career, relationship, friendship, traumas, childhood trauma, parenthood, adulthood. Sijaijua kwa nini hiyo jina it sounds so heavy on my tongue to just pronounce it, but you know what I'm saying. So let's talk honestly about the pressure of being in your 20s, comparing ourselves to others, chasing our dreams, building careers, relationship, finances, and learning that life doesn't have to follow someone else's timeline. Okay, this is a safe space where we can share our experiences, encourage each other, and remind ourselves that growth looks different for every one of us. Okay, your 10 doesn't have to be my 10. Maybe my 10 is 0 plus 10. That's my 10. Maybe someone else 10 is 8 plus 2. Maybe person C's 10 is 6 plus 4. Maybe person D's 10 is 7 plus 3. Someone else is 5 plus 5. Someone else is 8 plus 2, you know. But all in all, my 10 can never be your 10. My blueprint doesn't have to be your blueprint. Your grandparents' grave, which one is this now? God, oh, God forbid. Oh, I know I don't have them, but again, why do I have to mention grandparents' grave? Anyway, what I was trying to say is that my 10 doesn't have to be your 10. Maybe my 10 is 10 plus 0. Maybe yours is 8 plus 2. And maybe someone else is 5 plus 5. So just know that everyone's growth is different from everyone else. Okay? And that's why I brought in the 10 thing or a 5 thing. Maybe mine is 4 plus 1, yours is 5 plus 0, someone else 3 plus 2. You get it? You get it? You get it? So join the conversation in this live chat. Tell us where you're watching from and let's have a meaningful Sunday evening together. Of course, tumekuwa kanisa, wengine tumekuwa lunch dates, wengine tumekuwa shopping, wengine tumekuwa babysitting. I know it's been a hell of a day, like a productive Sunday. I know. So when you join in, make sure to give my live stream a like and let me know in the chat where you're watching me from. Okay, don't forget to like this live stream, subscribe to the channel and turn on notification for more lifestyle content, vlogs, and real life conversations. So I have with me I have 10 discussions points to talk about, but before that, let me know where you're watching from. And of course, we have to play a game about your mood right now. I'm gonna get started with my phone. So if you're okay, you're gonna send red hearts to the chats. If you're not, I don't know why. Imagine my other phone inaonyesha live stream ya jana badala. Anyway, oh my, don't mind, just join in and let's talk. So if if you're okay, you're gonna send red hearts. If you're not okay, send black hearts. Remember, this is a judgment-free zone and we are here to lift each other. So that's me, that's my support channel. So as you can see, my mood for the night, my mood for Sunday evening is I'm okay. And I wish I could plug you all with the hair oil I used on my curls. It smells so nice. I love the scent. Like, it's kind of having a thing on me. Like, I feel I'm talking and they can feel the scent. So I'm like, ooh, that smells so good. I love that. Oh, anyway, that's aside. So that's aside, as I've said. What live stream have I joined? Really, Esther, I'm supposed to be sasa hivi live stream ya nani nimejoin kusema mama, in live stream ya nani kina nani hao wanajoin hata siwajui. So guys, thank you for stopping by. Let's talk. And I was saying, let's take to the topic of the day. Guys, join in. Please join in and let's talk. You know, the first day I did a live stream, I had 100 plus views the first time after taking a 6-month break. Yesterday live stream wasn't that catchy. I had around 65 viewers. So today I'm hoping for more. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for stopping by. Of course, if you're seeing this pretty face for the first time, I'm your able host, the blessed girl Gina. Join in and let's talk about real life conversations. Okay? Yeah. So how has your Sunday been? How has your day been before we get started? Because trust me, life in our 20s is a real ghetto, and that's why whenever I try myself, I find myself on the roadmap to overthinking. I'm like, let me take my tripod, let me take my phone, let me go talk to my online besties, because we are here to lift each other. Unajua, there's no point of you to run mad to run into depression, and you know very well you have some online, amazing online besties you can talk to, right? I know you get it. I know you get it. So today I have been overthinking. But again, I was like, why? Why am I allowing myself to get into this thing? Why do I want to have my mental health in the shambles, in the trenches, and I can just come online and talk to you people? Like, it's just an amazing, it's just a blessed feeling. Like, I'm so blessed to have a community. Oh, you all don't know. You matter. You guys, you matter big time. Mwah. Like, you really matter, and you just taking your time and stopping by and allowing yourself to have a real conversation with me despite us being strangers, you know, it's the most amazing thing. Like, I'm so blessed, I'm so blessed to have you all. So TMI. So we just get started with today's discussion. So I don't know, sijui shida simu yangu ni gani, but anyway, as I've said, today's topic is about the pressure of your 20s. Does anyone really have it all figured out? We are just trying to imagine and maneuver around. I hope your system might appote in the next few. I've just had something burst like a bomb, and I just hope it's not our transformer. Anyway, we're okay, we're good. So I have 10 discussions point. The first one, why does our 20s feel like a race? Second, does social media make us feel left behind? Third, career pressure and finding your purpose. Fourth, marriage and relationship expectation. Fifth one, financial struggles nobody prepares us about. Six, learning that everyone's timeline is different. And seven, how to stop comparing yourself to others. 8, what success really means to you. 9, one place of advice you'd give your younger self. And 10, end with hope and encouragement for you all for the week. So that's all I got for today, and trust me, it's gonna be deep, very raw and unfiltered. Okay, so join in and let's talk. And before that, let me know in the chat, where are you catching up from, where are you watching me from? Let me sip something before I get started, because leo nitawapeleka mbio. Oh, dust is something else, but that was such a nice quench. So we get started with the first one. Why does our 20s feel like a race? I'm in my 20s. Actually, this conversation feels like more of yesterday's expansion, because I'm simply talking about life in our 20s, and then I'm still gonna talk about the age bracket between 20 to 29. Basically, talking about life in our 20s. It doesn't matter whether you're 21, 25, 28, you're still under that age bracket, and that's where I lie. A real Gen Z, you know. And the thing is, I don't know if it's just me, but sometimes it feels like the moment you enter your 20s, someone secretly starts a stopwatch. It keeps ticking. You're 20, you're thinking about your university life, or maybe you're just close to the end years of your university life. In no time, you're 21, you're thinking about having your own place, renting your humble abode or something. You are 23, you're thinking about having the right circle of friends. You're 24, you're thinking about relationship. And then 25 hits, your frontal lobe is functioning so wide, your eyes, you're so woke, and then every other thing you thought was the real deal while you were in 21, 22, 23, and 24, it sounds a mess. And now you have to rebuild again. You have to restructure your thoughts. You have to rethink. Like, if yellow was your favorite color while you were in 21, once you're 25, you're like, oh, Gina, what was that? Like, how could I, you know? But anyway, suddenly everyone is asking what you're doing with your life. When are you getting married? when you'll buy your first house, when you'll have children, or when you'll become successful. You know, it's almost as if we are expected to have everything figured out by a certain age. Let me tell you something. Being a Kenyan, being an African, I feel like once you're 25, but for some countries, let me just be specific about Kenyans. Once you're 20, not even 20, 18, there's a way you tend to become a burden to your own parents. Remember, you didn't ask to be born. You didn't ask to be brought to this world, but once you are 18, child, old child, you're on your own. I know we have some privileged fellas who still receive support from their parents, and they're even in their 30s. But once you turn 18, bro, you gotta start fetching and fending on your own, fetching and fending for your own. Like, you gotta know where your next meal is gonna come from, where, how you gonna do your hair, how you gonna maneuver around life, how you yani, literally, you are your own responsibility. It's your obligation to take very good care of yourself, make wise decisions, know who to hang out with, know where to be at the right time, when and where. Like, it's all about you. Like, your whole life unamongo iko kwa mikono yako. So the truth is, life isn't a competition. That is one thing you should have at the back of your mind and at your fingertips, because social media makes us believe that, hey, you're just scrolling or just being goofy around social media, and you see someone who is younger than you has purchased a new car, and then you feel, oh, I'm so left behind, oh, I should have done this, oh, I should be doing this. No. Hey buddy, life is not a competition. Okay, we all come from different backgrounds, and we have different opportunities and face different challenges. And as I have said, some of us are so privileged that maybe I'm in my humble abode, but my mom is the one paying the rent. Maybe I'm in university and my dad is the one funding my school life, you know. But for some of us, bro, once you're 18, you start taking care of yourself. Like, you have to know how you're gonna maneuver, how you're gonna make it to university, how you're gonna rent your first apartment, how you're gonna furnish it, how you're gonna just live your life. It's all about you and on you. But again, as I've said, we come from different backgrounds, we have different opportunities, and we face different challenges. Comparing our chapter 2 to someone else's chapter 10 only steals our joy. Okay, so I'm curious, before I start giving you my own personal life experience, from when I turned 20 till to date. Have you ever felt like life is moving too fast and you're trying to catch up? Let me know down there in the chat. Thank you for stopping by. Please give my live stream a like. By the way, you people, mko wapi? Amjatoka kanisa, amjatoka lunch dates. Do you know tomorrow is on a Monday? You're supposed to be at your places, ironing your tomorrow's outfit, making your breakfast, preparing your lunch box and your office bag. Where are you? Mko wapi? It's almost 9. Anyway, I'm still here. I'm gonna be here for the next a couple of hours. So yeah, I'm sure you're gonna join in and we're gonna have some honest conversation. So no rush, no hurry about anything. So that was my discussion point, bullet point number 1. Why do our 20s feel like a race? And I'm gonna refer to yesterday's live stream. I was talking about the dreams we used to have back then in high school. You could tell your classmates, your close friend, your best friend, you know, the high school shenanigans. And you know, by the time I'm gonna be coming here to get my Form 4 leave out certificate and what is it called, results, I'm gonna be driving, I'm gonna be using the latest phone and all that. But we all know what happened. We know the truth. Let me not shout, let me be nice. But life took a turn. We don't know what happened. We don't know what went wrong, where and when and why. But again, we move regardless. So yeah, It's the same thing. When you are 18, I know you gave yourself a timeline. You were like, by the time I'm 20, I'm gonna be having my first apartment. Mind you, you're not saying rented. By the imaginary life inakwanga very easy to achieve. I don't know, but ukiongelelea maisha, ukikaa chini upange maisha vile unataka, unakwanga like, I'm gonna make this by a certain time. By the time December is here, I'm gonna be driving my car. By the time I'm 30, I'm gonna be doing this. But reality hits so hard that you just find yourself laughing at some of your goals. By the way, sometimes I normally take my book where I normally write my weekly goals, my monthly goals, and sometimes, actually, the first live stream I was showing you guys my to-do list for July. I had 21 things to do by end of 31st. Is it 31st or 31st July? But I only managed to do like 15, but achieved 4 on first of August. Like, I know, as I normally say, the last minute can save a woman, a girl in Nairobi, if not a female politician, you know. So I don't know why I normally say that, but I normally feel like being a female politic is a lot. Like, you gotta go through the most. So you understand. If you don't, just leave it. So I remember when I first moved to my first home, I was 17. I was 17, and I was telling I just took a book and wrote everything that I would want to have in my home. And the thing is, I was 17, mind you, immediately after Form 4. A year after I left Form 4, I was like, I moved into a single room. It was kind of like a bedsitter. It's just that we had some the washroom was shared, the toilet shared. So like unapata watu watatu mna share a washroom. So yeah, I was like, this is not where I'm supposed to be. This is just the beginning, and I'm sure within the next a couple of months I'm gonna be out of here. So I bought the book. I still have it till today. Imagine, I still have it. The small kakitabu, not the A4, kale kadogo, kale small exercise book, 200 pages. I think it was going for 30 shillings back then. And yeah, I've grown. If this is me talking about my past and I'm not crying, I'm not emotional in any way. Hey, growth, cheers to growth. So yeah, I just took a book, wrote a prayer, and wrote the same exact date I moved into that house. And TMI, no, let's just focus. So I wrote everything, like how I want my kitchen, the things I want, from utensils, from spoons, cups, plates, and everything. That's the kitchen. I went to the bathroom, and for sure I can say the life I manifested while I was 17 is the life I'm living today. So today, I also want to manifest the life I'm going to be living in 2028. Not 2027, because 2027 is the year I'm going to have everything, to fetch everything that I want, so that I can start living the life in 2028. So you understand the power of writing things down, the power of manifestation. So remember, I'm writing this the first day I moved into that bedsitter. So how I want my kitchen, how I want my bathroom, my washroom, corridor, the bedroom, the sitting room. And I was so specific. If, let's say, it's a cup, I was writing, I want a set of 6 white cups. I want a set of 12 black plates, something like that. I'm not mentioning the exact colors, but just for clarity, just for better understanding. Like, the thing, you have to be so specific. I was so specific when writing a bed. When it comes to the bedroom, I was like, I want pink curtains, even the length. I want a 6x6 bed, king size, queen size, the blankets, the beddings, the shoes, the kind of handbags I want to be seeing in my bedroom and all that. So a tip for you, when if you want something, create room for it. Make sure to write it down with specifications. If you want a new phone, don't just pray, just don't go don't go around begging God to bless you with money to get a phone. What phone? Even Infinix is a phone, right? So if you want a new phone, write it down. First of all, the power of writing things down. Write it down. Like, let's say I want to upgrade this phone. It's a Samsung S16. I want to upgrade to Samsung S Ultra 20 something. Let's say it's 25. The camera features, the storage features, everything. Just go on with the specification. Even the color of the phone cover. Be very specific. One thing I normally say, and that's why I always keep shouting, screaming, and telling the world the universe really appreciates my existence, is because I know that the universe is never on a budget, and it's upon me to just ask by the power of mouth, the power of words, because the Bible says God knows it all. God knows it all. You just have to ask. Kind of like remind him by word of mouth. So one thing about me, a trick I normally play around with, if I want something and it's not that urgent, I'm gonna keep it at the back of my mind, like, I want a new phone. But when it's time, I'm like, Ngina, I really need a new phone. I'm gonna go kneel down and go with specifications about the particular phone I want. And then just like that, the universe is like, hey, beautiful girl, hey, my blessed girl, Gina, here is exactly what you prayed for. So have it, my queen. And I'm like, You get it? Yeah, so that is a tip for you. How I tried, not tried, how, yeah, let me use the word tried. That is how I manifested the life I'm living right now. Years back, like a few years back. Yeah, a few years back. So, and in that bed sitter, I only stayed for 3 months. The first month, a lot of confusion. You're crying, homesick. You don't know what to do about your goals. You have so much. Actually, you have a full bucket list. Now you're telling yourself, this bucket is so full. I really need to get a drum. You get it? I need to get a drum because let's say you get like something like 5,000. You're like, what am I gonna do with this 5,000? Is it getting a bed, getting a mattress, getting a plate, or just having my hair done, or getting a cute dress? You're just confused. Everything. A whole lot of confusion for the first month when you move out. When I moved out, not you, because maybe you have everything figured out. I don't know. But that was me a few years back. So the first month was about confusion and trying to settle and trying to remind myself that I prayed to have my own space. Now the space is here. Reminding myself and pinching my ears, like, you just prayed for your own space. You never prayed for the things to have in that cute space of yours. But again, you're already living in one answered prayer. So it's time to get on to the next. You understand? So yeah, the first month confusion and just familiarizing myself with a new place and just being like, oh, I'm eventually a new house owner. I have my own place. God has answered me now. Yeah. I'm gracefully carried, and things like that, and things in that line. So that was the first month. The second month, I started sourcing the things I written in that book. And one thing, I feel like I should go to the bedroom and get that book and show you. Because the day I bought, let's say, my first set of spoons, I checked and wrote the dates just next. That is something I normally do. I don't have any book right here I could have shown you. But that specific book I'm talking about is still in my drawer. Because I kid you not, it's still, it's been years, but there are some things I haven't ticked yet. Like just two out of the things I wrote, like 5 pages, just 2. And I'm gonna keep that book till I gotta make a song for that, by the way. I just love singing about my, anyway, TMI. So yeah. Hey, Esther. Thank you for stopping by. Let me know in the chat where you're catching up from. So that was me back in the days, years ago. And as time goes by, I realize how much I'm living in my answered prayers. The life I'm living right now was once a prayer item. Imagine. You know, sometimes we focus so much on the needs, on the things we need to get, that we forget that we are already living on answered prayers. But one thing I know, there is a lot of confusion, a lot of questions. You find yourself asking yourself, why is this and that not happening to me? Why are my peers doing better than me? Like you feel like life is a competition, but no, life is not a race. Just trust your timing, trust God's timing. Remember, we share different backgrounds, different upbringing, we face different challenges, we get different opportunities. Like, sisi wote hatuko privileged the same, you know. And your fate is not my fate, your race is not my race, your blueprint can never be mine. What works for me might never work for you, what works for you might never work for me. You know, your 10 might not be my 10. Simple. So that said, I know that you already know that life in your 20s is never a race. You should never compare your life to someone else's life, and just be aware of what you want in this life and stick to that. Usiangalie mwenzako venye ana prosper unaona unabaki nyuma. Competition is a joy killer. Jealousy is a killer disease. What is it called? Competition is a joy killer. Comparison, the word I've been looking for. Comparison. That one is a killer disease. Don't compare your life with your peers. Don't compare your life with someone you just met on the socials. Please stick to your lane. Stick to your race. Okay, just stay focused and know what you want in this life and go for it. Okay, and with that said, I takes us to our discussion bullet point number 2, which is, does social media make us feel left behind? And I love to say this: social media is such a beautiful place to connect, learn, and be inspired. I repeat, social media is such a beautiful place to connect, learn, and get inspired. But it can also make us feel like we are not doing enough. You understand? Every day we see engagement announcements, graduations, new jobs, dream vacation, luxury cars, perfect lives, business launches, and people seemingly living their best lives ever. That's social media for you, okay? So, what we often forget is that social media is usually a highlight reel, not the whole story. Behind every smiling photo could be a struggle we know nothing about, and that's the reality, by the way. That's why it's important to celebrate other people's win without allowing them to make us question our own journey. You understand? Inspiration is healthy, but comparison can quietly rob us of contentment. Let me expand this to our understanding. Social media, as I've said, is such a beautiful place to be. Mzuri sana, like yenye because right now you can just log to your, let's say, Instagram page. Let's try. Tuone nani yako Instagram na amepost nini. Like, utaifungwa social media hivi ukose announcement. See. Now, this is my business page, and this is someone promoting their business. Okay? So, uko tu hapo unaishi. Unaona, mwenzangu ana launch biashara yake. Imagine imefungwa tu randomly Instagram, and with someone amelaunch biashara yake na promote. And then this is me seated here. I'm watching that page, and I'm like, so and so, they have launched their business, they are doing better than me. I don't know the struggle they went before they got there. So let social media not rob you your happiness, please. Social media is such a beautiful place to connect, learn, and be inspired. Just be inspired, but don't be, is it triggered? Like, don't get jealous. Don't be carried away by what you see on social media. Don't be pressured by what you're seeing people posting. You don't know the story. You don't know behind the scenes. You don't know. Yeah, you just saw someone celebrate their graduation, but you don't know how they went through school life. You don't know how they got their school fees. You don't know what happened. You don't know anything about their journey. So the best thing you can do when it comes to social media posts, be happy for others without wanting to know their story. Learn to clap for others, but never let comparison rob your joy. Never let someone else's life make you question your moves or question yourself. Never belittle yourself because of something you've seen on social media. And with that said, I'm moving on to our third bullet point, which is career pressure and finding your purpose. And so I'll start by saying one of the biggest pressures in our 20s is feeling like we must discover our purpose immediately, but that's a total lie. You don't have to. Our society makes it seem like if you haven't found your dream career by a certain age, you're already behind. That's a lie. But many successful people change careers several times before finding what truly fulfills them. It's okay to explore, learn, fail, and start again. Every job, every opportunity, and every disappointment teaches us something valuable. Your current situation doesn't have to be your final destination. And let me tell you, personally, when it comes to career pressure and finding your purpose, personally, I didn't just get to know my purpose immediately after I was done with Form 4. I just went out and started fending for on my own. And I could see it myself. Whenever I got a little chance to be myself, to be by myself, I'm like, what exactly do I want to do in this life? Is it content creation? No. Is it singing? Singing is a career. Do I want to do teaching? No. Do I want to do interior design? I'm like, that is a hobby. So I'm like, I really took time to find myself. And right now I can just sit and just rethink, restructure my thoughts, and I'm like, maybe I'm interested in something else and I want to invest in it, so let me just try it. Like, take your time. And the issue is that the society expects us to just, you discover the minute you're 18, you have to discover yourself the next minute, and now you're just, it's like they want us to grow rich overnight. You understand? Like, now that you're over 18, you're supposed to be done with your university, you get your dream job, you get married, especially the pressure about getting married. Society, if society was a person, just one person, I could just go and that person. But again, society is a whole bunch of, people expecting so much from such young and naive souls. But again, if you get the chance to deliver earlier the better. If you don't, but again, one thing I have talked about so many times is that I will never allow myself to be carried away by societal pressure. I will never, and I repeat with all my mighty, allow myself to be carried away by societal pressure, because I ain't living my life on anyone's blueprint. If my mother got married when she was 16 or 20, that's her business. Leave me alone. Please, stop pressuring kids, young girls, wenye wako focus na kitu wanataka, ati, oh, you are that you should be married. On whose timeline? Who said that? Why? But then I normally have lots and lots of questions to the society, but again, I always answer them by telling myself, the society expects me to to be subjected to black task whenever I get my first payment. No, bruh, sit down, watch, let me just build myself. I'm gonna come and pay back to the society when my cup is full, because trust me, honestly, I can't pour from an empty cup. You understand? The society expects us to get married by a certain age. 25. You're 25, you're single. Trust me, you are disgrace to the society. That is something I know. But again, bro, the society gotta have to sit and wait and watch. Watch us become the rich aunties, the rich pretty girls in their 40s, just focused about their growth, their money, and securing their future. Because tell me, why would the society expect me to have a child by 20? Why would the society expect me to have a child by 30? Lest they struggle, themselves, they struggle to raise us, and they want us to go through the same, it's really, I'm not mad. I'm just trying to understand. Anything to do with generational patterns, I normally tell myself this is where it ends. I don't have to do something simply because my forefathers did that. I don't have to worship something because my forefathers believed in that. I don't have to wear a certain way because our tradition, my culture, the society, blah, blah, blah. Too much trash believed in that. I am me. I'm not living on anyone's blueprint. I have a purpose. I have a life to lead. Besides, the society doesn't have to dictate my future. The society doesn't have to dictate my day-to-day movements. Oh, you're supposed to be home by 7. Like, I beg. Shift. Get that thing, pack your stuff and leave. Because, I'm living my life. Again, I'm not misleading you, but the thing is, don't let societal pressure swipe away your happiness. Don't allow yourself to be subjected to societal pressure simply because your father married when he was 20, so you're 21, you're supposed to be having your second kid. Nalayo, you're gonna cry. Abby, see, you, brother, sister, don't try that, because that's basically just reliving your parents' life. Because tell me, your own mom struggled to raise you because she bore you at such a young age, and now you can't tell me she expects you to do the same simply because she born you when she was 20, so you're supposed to be you're supposed to grant her a grandchild when you're in your 20s. And that is exactly the right time for you, the right age for you to have a sane mind and have your eyes wide open to see that there's more to life than getting married. There's more to life than having kids. There's more to life than responding to societal expectations of you. You see, like, there's just more to life than living on your parents' blueprint. There's more to life than responding to generational patterns. There's more to life than reliving our ancestral patterns. That is what I'm basically saying. So, in your 20s, focus. Stay focused. See, focus. See, I'm begging you in the name of the Lord, stay focused. I don't have it all. I don't have it all figured out together, but one thing I know is that anything that is generational, apart from generational wealth, anything else that is generational, trust me, I'm not subscribing up to that. I'm not signing up for that. Okay? Yeah. They expect me to be having kids. They expect me to have my own family at this age and era. Yeah, I have my own place. Thanks to the heavens. I have people I can talk to. Thanks to the heavens. I have a certain way I groom myself. Thanks to having a sense of meaning, a sense of fashion, a sense of style, fashion, something. But there's the way the society expects me when I'm going home. Oh, I have to be in long dress. Abby, see, shut it. Shut it. Because I'm not going to relieve someone else's pattern. See, this is my life. I have a life to lead. So why do you have expectations of me? Why? I know you've lived longer. You've been here before me, but it's your first time living. It's also my first time living. I have no problem learning from your mistakes, but just because maybe you did something and it worked out for you, it doesn't mean that it's gonna work out for me. Just because something didn't work out for you, it doesn't mean that it's not gonna work out for me. Just because you went through university and you never got to get a job doesn't mean if I go to university in this time and era that I'll not get a job. You understand? Just because you got married by the age of 20 and you lived a successful life after, it doesn't mean when I get married in this time and era in my 20s that I'm gonna have it all figured out and have these lovey-dovey things we see on social media. No, that was your luck. That was your fate. That was everything to do with you. Know me. The thing is, I'm gonna learn from you. But I'm gonna pick what's only beneficial, what is gonna work with what I want, what is gonna align with my purpose. You understand? I really love deep conversations. I really love mind-blowing conversations, especially with, let's say, Generation X, the baby boomers, and the millennials, and the generations before them. Like, you're getting to understand why they still believe in a certain myth, why they still believe in a certain belief. They have these things, mila desturi, mila na desturi, ni desturi ama desturi, desturi, yeah. They are called myths and misconceptions. Hey, myths and misconceptions, ama ni, I don't know, but there's just something you're trying to understand. Why does someone feel whatever they are doing is what's right for you? I'm trying to understand why you want me to live the same way you lived your life in your 20s. And that's why whenever someone starts, trust me, I make such a good listener. But the moment you start your statement with, when I was your age, uncle, auntie, keep that shit to yourself. When you were 20, so what? Okay, sawa, this is your story. When you are in your 20s, you never used to do clubbing, you never used to do this, you didn't have a boyfriend, you were so focused with education, that's good. Trust me, that's good. Now this is me in my 20s, trying to figure life out, trying to understand my purpose, trying to fetch what I like, my purpose in this life, try to understand and trying to think about the next 5 years to come, trying to think about my just the next 5 years, let's not say even the future, the next 5 years, trying to position myself in a place where I'll not have to beg, trying to position myself in a place where I'll not have to rethink my choices and just have myself seated down and saying, I wish I knew. And then you come there with your advice. When I was in your 20s, I did that. I dressed in this way. That's you. The era you are living is not the era I'm living in right now. That was your time. And what worked for you back then might not work for me. Times we are living in different times. How I wish you can understand that we are living in different times. Even right now, I'm a Gen Z. Trust me, it's so hard for me to advise a Generation Alpha. Because they process things, the way they see things is way different from the way I do. They know what they want, and they've been here for a little while, so just let them be. Just let them be, okay? So don't be pressured when it comes to career. See, if you want to go for something specific, let's say like engineering, and your parents wants you to do teaching, imagine, I advise you just go for what you want, because at some point along the way you're gonna be like, I'm doing this because of my mom, I'm doing this because of my relative, this is not I want for myself. And before you realize it, 2 years, 3 years down the line are gone, and there's nowhere gonna get them. But the good thing with this life is that it's your first time living, and it's never too late for anything. You can restructure your thoughts, rebuild your life even in your late 20s, your late 30s, and time is moving on so fast. Guy. Mungu baba. Anyway, I've talked a lot about career pressure and finding your purpose, and this takes us to our next point, which is marriage and relationship expectations. And I'll have to say that relationship can also become a source of pressure. Sometimes family, friends, or society makes us feel like we should already be married or settled down by a certain age. I've actually talked about that. It's easy to start wondering if something is wrong with you simply because your journey looks different. But being in the right relationship is far more important than being in a rushed relationship. Healthy love takes patience, growth, communication, and mutual respect. It's better to wait for something meaningful than to rush because of outside expectations. Exactly what I was talking about, that the society expects us to get married by a certain age. Being a Kenyan, once you are 25, you're supposed to be having your second kid. I don't know on whose timeline, on whose order. I really don't get it. I really don't get it. But the thing is, as I've read here, I believe that being in the right relationship is far more important than being in a rushed relationship. Imagine kuna mtu aliolewa akiwa 25 ama akawa akiwa 20 juu mzazi wake alikuwa anamwona failure. This pressure. I want grandkids. I want to be called a grandma. I want to be walking around with my grandson. I want to be sharing my cup of tea with my grandchild. And now, how is life? How is it going? How fun, huh? But personally, I really prefer. Tea time. Let me sip something. So, tea time. There's a time I almost succumbed to that societal pressure of wanting to get married before a certain age. But then I was so reluctant. I was like, so many suitors around, but do I really want to settle? Is this the right thing for me to do? No. I'm still not healed. My inner child still cries out loud for some things. There's something I need to attend to when it comes to my inner child. And now there's the societal pressure by msichana enda uolewe. Msichana anataka kuitwa shosho, so uitwe. Msichana anataka kuitwa babu, so uitwe. I really have a very good relationship with kids. I really love kids. But returnable kids. At this time, returnable kids. I make such a good auntie. Returnable kids. Come baby, come my niece, come my nephew, let's go shopping. Let me get you your favorite drink, your favorite snack, and at the end of the day, I'm gonna take you to your mama. Because auntie is too young to be called a mom. Auntie is too young to understand what it takes to be a mommy. Auntie is too young, really too young to know how to change a diaper. Trust me, I do. But can I really do it from Monday, from 1st to the 30th of every month by myself? You know, I just wish you understand what I'm saying from my perspective. I know some of you're gonna rewatch this live stream and then you're gonna be unaongeaje. I'm only talking about my reality and how I perceive parenthood, how I see like being a mom at such a young age. We all know about the drama, the baby mama drama. What do you mean? I mean no harm. I mean no bad blood. But what do you mean you are a baby mama at 25? What do you mean you are a baby mama at 26, 27, 28? God forbid, eh? I know it was never your fault. It has never been your prayer, but something along the way happened. And then, that's why I normally, when I'm talking to my kid sister or kid brother, I'm telling them, make sure you don't settle for a particular decision before 25. Because once you are 25, the things you thought they were your favorites. Hey, I beg go. How I wish I knew some things earlier. Ile color you thought your favorite when you while you were 21, you thought your favorite color is blue. Wait until you are 25. Wait until you are 26. Just wait. It's when you realize that that was never me. I lived a fake image. Actually, my favorite color is yellow. My favorite color is black. Wait. I remember, TMI, I was 22. And then I remember swearing to a certain person that I can never. Today I actually reminded them of that particular thing. I was like, you know, when I was 22, I remember telling you, like, I can't fathom my life without you. Ooh! I'm even shying off because what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? I thought I was in love. I thought I had met my soulmate. But again, I was so young and naive. I thought, he's the one. He's the one. The apple of my eye. Oh, I can't fathom my life. Like, I can't imagine. You know, me and you, baby. You and I forever. Mimi na wewe mpaka kifo. Kufa kupona. Milele mina wewe staki mwingine, baby. Ae. And then, here comes 25 knocking. Hey, Ngina, this is me. Trust me, I'm here to show you that you made the wrong decisions and you've been faking something. That's not the real you. Now, welcome to the real deal. And then life happened. One day I just woke up and then I'm talking to this person. I'm like, you know, it's been a journey. It's been such an amazing journey. But I think blah, blah, blah. It's good if you pursue something else. It's good if you venture into something else, and the same goes for me. Remember, this is the same person I once told I can't fathom my life without them. Oh, life. Oh, life. Ah! Life. Anyway, enough of that topic. Let's just go to the next bullet topic, which is point 5, financial struggles nobody prepares us for. And in the yesterday's live stream, I promised to come back here with a financial advisor, financial literate person, because I said I don't have financial discipline, but I have this to say: nobody really prepares us for how expensive adulthood can be. Bills don't stop coming. Every day you have something to pay. Today, your gas is over, you refill. Tomorrow, token. The other day, shopping. The other day, your hair. Na. Rent needs to be paid. Food prices keep rising on a daily. Transport, healthcare, emergencies, supporting family, and trying to save money all happen at the same time. It can feel overwhelming, especially when you're just starting out. The reality is that building financial stability takes time. Yeah, most people don't become financially secure over time. That is one thing you need to know and remind yourself always. So small, consistent steps like budgeting, saving what you can, learning new skills, and making wise financial decisions can eventually lead to bigger opportunities. I think that's all I have to say about point 5, the financial struggles nobody prepares for. Because as I said, I don't have financial discipline, but trust me, when it comes to my goals, trust me, I always get them done. No matter how of an impulse buyer I am, when it comes to my to-do list, my bills, I normally get them paid. See, not rank priorities, but I know My priorities are never drunk, but I just know I just love money, and money loves my company. I just love money overflow in my life. And this takes us to our bullet point number 6. Why am I sleepy and I'm talking? God, oh, God. See this one, Abi. See, wake up, Esther, wake up. Anyway, learning that everyone's timeline is different. One lesson I've come to appreciate is that life isn't meant to look the same for everyone. Some people graduate early while others return to school later in life. Let me tell you, I graduated a year ago. And this is someone who was done with Form 4 more than 8 years ago. Me. Okay? Some of my peers have lived alone for more than 5 years again. But some of my peers, this is the time they are planning to now get their first bed sitter. And I was there 5 years ago. And now this is the time they are planning to get their first bed sitter. So that explains that my timeline is different from your timeline. Not everyone's timeline is meant to look the same. Not everyone's life is meant to look the same. Okay? Some people graduate early while others return to school later. Okay? Some get married at 23 while others meet the love of their life at 35 or beyond. So, this is a message to my married, the people I know. Just because you got married mapema, musu nikujie nizo messages zako, by the way nafai kuolewa on your timeline, si ndio? Who told you marriage is in my bucket list? Who told you that is a priority to me? Who told you that is an achievement to me? You know, sometimes, by the tuambiane, saa ingine tuambiane ukweli, hizi mambo mingi ziishe, tuambiane tu ukweli. I'm not bitter, but it's so annoying. It's so annoying. Just because you have a kid, you feel everyone around you should be a mother. Just because you're a girlfriend, you feel everyone around you. Why don't you give us financial pressure? Why don't you wake up and tell me, Ngina, I have a car, I need you to get a car. But, sorry, I have a car, I need you to get a car. I'm gonna cut you off until you get a car. But you're gonna tell me, oh, you're supposed to be a mother. Oh, you're supposed to be having your second... Wewe, ndakulima ngumi siku moja, by the way. Check, tuheshimiane. Tuheshimiane, sawa. Sikuje kunipea pressure za kuolewa hapa na kupata watoto. Nani alikwambia ni achievement? And one thing social media never forgets, and I want to look back at this video in 5 years and remind myself how I made the right choices. Okay? I'm documenting my life. I'm not content creating. I am documenting my life. Living and working as per the thoughts I think they are right for me at this particular age. So, we continue. So, I said, some start successful businesses in their 20s while others discover their purpose much later. None of these timelines are wrong. Success isn't about arriving fast. It's about arriving when you're ready. I repeat, success isn't about arriving fast. It's about arriving when you're ready. Trusting your own journey takes courage, but it's one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. Okay? And this takes us to our bullet discussion point number 7, how to stop comparing yourself to others. I've been here for an hour and I think that's why I'm sleepy. Ooh, talking non-stop. Esther. Comparison often begins when we focus on what others have instead of appreciating what we are building. One of the best ways to overcome comparison is to practice gratitude. Celebrate your own progress even if it feels small. Ukinunua kijiko, clap for yourself. If you buy your first couch today, clap for yourself. If you buy your first TV stand today, if you buy your first car, if you buy your first apartment today, clap for yourself. Don't compare yourself to someone else's lifestyle, okay? Remember when remember where you started and acknowledge how far you've come. And you heard me say that the life I manifested in let me not mention the year, 5 years ago or maybe 6 years, I'm not giving the exact years, the exact time, but the life I'm living today, It was once a prayer request a few years ago. So practice gratitude. Just look back and see how far you've come. Spend less time measuring your life against someone else and more time investing in your own growth. I repeat, spend less time measuring your life against someone else and more time investing in your own growth, okay? Your story is unique and the world doesn't need another version of someone else. It needs the best version of you. So show up for that with almighty and power within yourself. And this takes us to our discussion point number 8, which is what success really means to you. Not to them, to you. Success means different things to different people. For one person, success might be owning a home, okay? For another, it could be having peace of mind, raising a happy family, traveling the world, growing a business, graduating, or simply waking up every day going to work they love. Okay. The problem comes when we allow society to define success for us instead of deciding what truly matters in our own lives. I think success should be measured by purpose, growth, peace, and fulfillment, not just by money and status. I should pin this for you. I love it so much. And this takes us to our discussion point number 9. Aki, I'm so sleepy. If I could sit down, one piece of advice you'd give your younger self. If I could sit down with my younger self, I'd remind her that it's okay not to have it all answered, to have all the answers, and not to have it all figured out at once. I would tell her not to rush through life, trying to meet everyone else's expectations. I would encourage her to believe in herself a little more, worry a little less, and understand that every setback is preparing her for something greater. I will remind her that mistakes don't define her, they teach her. Life is a journey of learning, and every experience, whether good or bad, contributes to the person she is becoming. Assignment for you. If you happen to get some free time and just by yourself, write a letter to your younger self and sit within yourself and listen to all the emotions you're having. I remember there's a time I wrote a letter to my 16-year-old, and I cried, like I crew a river, because I was even asking myself some questions. If I were to go for a lunch date with my 16-year-old, how would I dress? How would I walk to her? How would I greet her? It was so emotional. It was so emotional that... Anyway, our closing point with hope and encouragement for you all. As we finish this conversation... See, I'm getting emotional. I'm just a girl. As we finish this conversation, I want you to remember one thing. You're not behind, okay? Your journey is your own. Let's give it a minute. Don't let the world's timeline make you feel like you've failed. Keep showing up for yourself. Keep learning. Keep growing and keep believing that your time will come. Keep growing and keep believing that your time will come. The seeds you're planting today may not bloom tomorrow, but with consistency and faith, they will bloom. So as you step into this new week, by the occasion Monday, msisahau. Carry hope instead of pressure, gratitude instead of comparison, and courage instead of fear. I repeat, carry hope instead of pressure, gratitude instead of comparison, and courage instead of fear. Your story is still being written, and some of its most beautiful chapters may still be ahead of you. So, it's been nice. I've been here for 1 hour, 9 minutes or so. See, I've done that alone, and it's been quite interesting, even though leo hamjachangamka. So the thing is, we are coming to the end of this live stream. I just want to pause and say a heartfelt thank you to you, to every single one of you. Thank you for choosing to spend part of your Sunday evening with me in a world where there are so many things competing for our attention. The fact that you clicked on this live stream, you gave it a like, you stayed, shared, your thoughts, encourage one another, and become part of this conversation truly means a lot to me, more than the words can express. Okay, whether you are active in the live chat, quietly listening in the background, or just watching these replay days or weeks after, please know that you are appreciated, valued, and always welcome here. This is a judgment free zone, and I promise to be doing this more often so that I miss my community. You know, I went MIA for months, so I miss my community. I used how we used to laugh and everything. So today's conversation reminded me in you that none of us is walking this journey alone. Okay, we may come from different backgrounds, have different dreams, and be at different stages of life, but we all experience moments of uncertainty, pressure, disappointment, hope, and joy. Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry, and sometimes we simply need a safe space where we can be reminded that it's okay not to have everything figured out. I hope this live stream has been that space for you. I pray. One thing I normally tell myself before I set my live streaming things, props, I normally tell myself, God, bless every other person who stops by my live stream, and let them know that this is a judgment free zone. We can talk about literally anything. Okay, I hope you've left feeling lighter, encouraged, and reminded that your journey is valid, even if it doesn't look like anyone else. So as you begin this new week, I want to encourage you to be patient with yourself. Stop measuring your life against someone else's timeline. Celebrate your small or little victories because they matter. Hey, I'm so sleepy. Keep showing up even on the days when progress feels invisible. Keep believing in your dreams even when they seem far away. Remember that growth is often quiet and some of life's greatest blessings take time to unfold. Okay? You don't have to rush your story just because someone else seems to be moving faster. Your season will come, and when it does, you'll appreciate every lesson that helps shape you along the way. Zuba Zuba, hi dear, how you doing? Thank you for stopping by. So I also want to thank every single person who continues to support this channel. Whether you've been here since my very first video or just discovered me today, thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing my content, and believing in what I'm building. Every view, every kind word, every piece of encouragement, and every moment you choose to spend here helps the community grow. You aren't just numbers on a screen. You are real people with real lives, and I never take your support for granted. Because of you, this channel has become more than just a place to post videos. It's becoming a family where we can learn from one another, grow together, and have honest conversations about life. You're asking, where am I from? I'm from Nairobi, Kenya. I'm Kenyan, a pretty Kenyan, and my name is Ngina from Nairobi, Kenya. Thank you for stopping by. Please like my live stream. Thank you so much. You're saying like done. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't, so that you don't miss real life conversation that I normally do on live stream. I'm so cute. Thank you. And so you are. So do you. Yeah. So before you leave, if you enjoyed today's live stream, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Please give my video a like, by the way. Subscribe if you haven't, and turn on the notification bell so that you never miss our future conversations. I would also love to hear from you in the comments after the live stream ends. I know some of you are going to be watching the restream. Please connect and let me know what you got to learn or your opinion about this topic. Tell me what stood out to you the most, what lesson you're taking into the new week, or what topic you'd like us to talk about next. Your ideas and feedback help shape this community, okay? And I genuinely enjoy creating content that speaks to you every day. Yeah, and to your everyday's experiences, okay? And from the bottom of my heart, even though I'm so sleepy, I've been here for an hour. I'm so sleepy. Thank you once again for your love, your kindness, your time, and your support. I pray that this new week brings you peace where you have had anxiety, where Clarity where you've had confusion, strength where you felt weak, opportunities where you face closed doors, enjoy in the little moments that often go unnoticed. Okay? Keep believing in yourself, keep working towards your goal, keep being kind to yourself and to others, and most importantly, keep being kind to yourself. Most importantly, keep being kind to yourself. Until next time, we can meet either in my vlogs. By the way, I'm supposed to post a vlog on Wednesday, so yeah, if you come across my vlog or live stream, make sure to watch. But then take very good care of yourself, stay safe, stay very hopeful, keep smiling, and never forget that your story is still unfolding. Okay, the best chapters of your life may still be ahead of you. I appreciate each and every one of you more than you'll ever know. You're loved, you're valued, you're appreciated. Thank you for being here. Thank you for growing with me. And thank you for being part of this incredible journey. I love you all so, so, so much. To a point that I could swear I love you so much. Well, have a beautiful week ahead, and I'll see you very soon. God bless you and good night, everyone. It's been a nice section anyway. Yeah, I've been here for an hour plus. I'm so sleepy. I'm so sleepy that sijui nitawaambiaje. Niko sleepy. Nimewaongelesha and I hope mmelan kakitu. Tuonane on Wednesday when I post a vlog. There's something I've been editing. Oof. We thank God for life. So see you guys. I have been your April host, the blessed girl Gina. See you on Wednesday when I'm gonna be posting a vlog. I can't even choke. I even don't know what I'm gonna be having for dinner. Well, God bless you for being here. Thank you for spending time with me.